All right, happy Friday. Can you believe it? I mean, boy, you think about a week ago, we got that bad non-farms job number, 12,000 people. And then we had, obviously, the election. We had an interest rate cut yesterday, and we've got the WASD today. Boy, oh boy. There's been about 4 or 5 big data points in the last 6 trading days. Let's see about where we're at right now, because wherever it is and whatever our next guest has to say, it's going to probably mean nothing because we've got this report coming out at the top of the hour. But we like to hear the tone of his voice. Anyway, we got corn up here. Let's expecting something. We're up 4 cents to tick off the high of the day. 431.5 was last. March is up 3 3/4 cents to 444.25. Beans, what are they expecting? Well, they're a little lower here. 9 1/4 cents lower than Nove. Well, it's going off the board. 10.06 1/4 in Nove. 10.21 in Jan. That's down 5 1/4 cents. And we're 10.33.5 in March. That's down 4. Wheat in Chicago wheat. Let's go there, and we see that it's a mixed board. We got Dees up 2.5 cents to 5.74, 2.5 cents off the high of the day. March is up 0.5 cent to 5.89.5, but as you go out the deferreds, we leak a little bit. Nothing significant, just a tick. We're a tick lower in the May. 5.98 3/4 is last there. Let's move from the Chicago wheat to the hard red in Kansas City. That's mixed. We're up a penny up front, and that's Dees. 5.70 is last, a penny3/4 off the high of the day. March is up 1 tick, 1/4 cent. Now 3/4 cent, just jumped 0.5 cent. All right, so we're up 3/4 cent in March to 5.82 1/4. Let's move out to the May. That's up 0.5 cent to 5.91 1/4. That's hard red in Kansas City. Let's go up to Minneapolis. We're going to go there from our next guest, but also for the spring wheat. Spring wheat's down 3/4 cent in the front month. These 6.01 3/4 is last. We've had about a 7 1/4 cent range. We're pretty much in the middle of it. March is down 2.5 cents to 6.21 1/4. Let's take a look at cotton, and we'll get to our guest analyst. 56 points lower in Dees cotton. We're still above that 70 line, but 70.49 is last there. And I guess you could say that that's going to be, what, 36 points off the low? All right, we got 2 minutes left for him. He's with us today. Mr. Joe Lardy, he's with CHS up in Inver Grove Heights. He's at home. He's always at home on Fridays, but we're not quite sure if he's probably always at home every day. But
I wish.
When you get to the level that he is at CHS, you can do whatever you want. All right, Joe, what do you got for us?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting. Like you mentioned, we're going to get the report, and we're either going to be really smart or maybe not quite so smart, depending on what they tell us. But, going into the report, it's always interesting to look at what has the USDA done in the past. And, looking back at the last 16 years of data on the corn yields, we've gone up in August, we've gone up in September, we've gone up in October. Only 2 other years we've had that same pattern. And both of those years, the USDA was up 10 to 12 bushels per acre. This year, we're only up 2.8. So, could we see a clean sweep of increasing yields every single month? And I've got it penciled in that we're going to see a little bit higher corn yield and a little bit lower bean yield when we come to the report today. But like you said, I might be the smartest guy in the room in 15 minutes.
This is one of those things. If they told me what the USDA is going to release in about 10 minutes, I'd probably still lose money, just because you never know how the market's going to react, really.
Going to react to it. Yeah. Exactly.
And so I like you said, you're looking for maybe a little bit of a bigger corn yield and less beans. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. But, when it comes to the changes that we're looking for and all the other analysts submitted, everybody's staying pretty close to home. So unless the USDA gives us a really crazy number, I don't think this report's going to be one of those big market moving, oh my gosh, type of reports.
And then we're going to really kind of have to wait until January, right, to get the real solid figure. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. We'll continue to watch Brazilian weather, but December is generally a throwaway report, and we have to wait to January to get the next big market-moving report.
Once again, wishing my life away. It always seems like that's the case. Thanks very much, Joe. Have a great weekend. Joe Lardy coming to us from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. He's with CHS. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk about livestock with a guy wearing a livestock jacket right after this.